Okay, so we're going to continue working on our North 11 project. Let's quickly preview this in the browser and see where we're at. In the previous video, we converted over some static content to use CMS-driven content using the item component. We've also added an articles page for a blog where we list out the blog articles. We can load more and we can click on one of those to go to an individual page. In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert this static portfolio page into a CMS-driven collection and also show you a couple of more advanced CMS features. So let's jump straight into it. On the portfolio page here, you can see we have a static list of portfolio items. Each one of these is, it's actually inside of a global right now. Let's close up a couple of these so we can see what we're working on. It's in a project global, but we can click into here and we can change the text and it gets changed here. But it's all just static content. So how do we convert this over to a collection? Well, first thing we want to do is do a new folder in our CMS folder. Let's call this projects, because this is going to be our collection. I'm going to pop that at the bottom there. And then inside of there, we need to create some markdown files. So to do that, right click, say new markdown file, and we'll call this project 1. We'll add that there. You can see it gets added to our projects folder. And in here, as I covered in the previous videos, everything inside of the 3 hyphens is the front matter or the metadata for this file. So inside of here, we can add any property that we want. By default, we'll get a title, date, tags, and categories. Underneath there is the body content of the file. So this would be the main area for the body text of this item. In some cases, you might not need to use the body text if you don't have anything. We'll have a look at that in a bit. But right now, we know that we need a title. And if we go to our portfolio page, we need this subheading as well. So we can see each one of these has a title and a subheading or a project type. So as I mentioned previously, we can call the metadata or the front metadata here, we can call the properties whatever we want. So if it made sense for you to call this subtitle, you could do that, or we could have an item type. So on our portfolio page here, you can see we have residential building. And in here, we'll add residential building. So everything inside of this front matter becomes available through the item.syntax. So we're going to get item.title, item.type, and item.date. So now that we have a collection set up on our portfolio page, we can add, or what we can do is rather than using the projects global here, I'm going to unlink this projects global. This is so it becomes a static copy inside of this page. And that's because I want to convert this over to using a collection. So inside of here, rather than having this static grid, what we're going to do is we're going to add a CMS collection. So I'm going to drop that in there. And then on the collection, we want to set up the folder. So for us, it's the page CMS and then the projects folder. So we don't want to link to an individual file in this case. What we want is a collection or a folder of items. So we're going to choose projects and set that link. So that now tells this collection that you should pull all of the items from the projects folder that we just created. Inside of here, we have an items drop zone. And this is where each item in that collection will be looped over and we create the template. We create how we want each one of these items to look. So we've already got a predefined design here. So what I'm going to do is choose the outer flex item here, and I'm going to drop that into the items area here. So you can see that gets moved over. Then what we want to do is change the columns to be 3 here. And we'll add a little bit of gap. So we'll set this to 5, like so. So you can see we've now essentially just moved project 1 up into the collection. If we preview this in the browser, you'll see that looks like it's working because we get project 1. But this is hard-coded text right now. If we look inside of here, you can see this is actually project 1. So how do we convert that over to the actual item data? Well, we use the twig syntax and we say item dot title. And then underneath there, we need the item.type, like so. So if we preview that again, you'll see that's now pulling from the CMS. So we get project 1, residential building. If we go to our markdown files, we add a new markdown file. Let's call this project 2. Hit continue. That will add the file for us. And we need to add a type here. So on here, the project 2 type, we're going to copy that and we're going to paste that into here. Okay, so now when we go to our portfolio page and refresh, you can see we're now getting 2 projects, and we get project 1, project 2, and the types for those 2. We're still hard coding this image in here. So before we look at that, I'm just going to add the final 3rd project. So we do another new markdown file. We'll say project 3. Hit continue, and we'll add a type here. And again, we're going to copy the project type and we're going to paste that into there. Okay, so we've got our 3 projects. That means that we can now remove this static hard-coded grid like so, preview the page, and you'll see we get 3 projects there. So how do we make this image dynamic? Well, one way to do it is that we can add an image property to our front matter, to our metadata, and the image can have a source, so src, and we have some project resources here. Now the source can either be a full remote URL, so with HTTPS, or located anywhere on the internet, or we can use a local resource here. So we can see here in our images folder, we've got those 3 project photos. So the way to hook this up is you don't need to know the full path to the resources folder on your server. The CMS will work that out for you. All you need to do is enter the folder name, in this case images, and then the correct file name for the image we want to use. So in this case, it's images / that one. I'm going to copy this over, and we're going to do the same for the project 2 and project 3. So what we need to do obviously is to remember to use the correct image here. So project 3 was using this one. I'm going to copy that, paste it in there, and then project 2 was using this one here. So we're going to copy that and replace the image file name there. So on our projects page, portfolio, obviously right now still these are hard coded, and that's because this image is using a static resource. So rather than the type being resource, we want to use CMS. By default, it will fill in item.image.source. Again, if you call this banner or something else, just update the syntax here, but we did use item. So when we preview now, you can see that those images are now updated. So it's as easy as that to convert over a static image to use a CMS driven data, or CMS driven image, should I say. So that is the collection converted. Next up, we're going to want to very quickly just convert over the project template page to be dynamic as well, because right now this is still hard coded. Everything is the same for each project. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we need to do is go to collection. I know I'm repeating myself slightly from the articles one, but this is just to drive home how this all gets hooked up. The collection needs to know the item template. So where is the individual page for this project? And that is on the project template. So we'll set the link there, and that has hooked it up. And what we need to do is, right now this was hard coded to go to the project template, but what we need to do is use a plain text URL, and we need to use the tweak syntax of item.url. So this is a special CMS property, and this will add the slug or the individual identifier for each project into the URL, so that when the project template page pulls data from the CMS, it knows which item you want to view. So we're going to set the link there, We'll go back, preview the portfolio. This will still link to our project template, but in the URL here, you can see it's adding our unique slug. So the final piece of the puzzle is we need to convert over this project template to use the item. So we'll go down here and we can, this is a global section heading. We're going to unlink that from the global, and I'm going to add a CMS item. We're going to drop that in at the root level here because I know multiple things, multiple components need access to this item's data. We need both item data in the section heading, and we also need item data here in the body. So anything inside of a CMS item has access to the data for that item. The last thing we need to do is tell this item where is the data coming from. So in the previous video, I showed you that you could hook up single files like the global site info, and that will be used on every single request. However, in this instance, we want to use data from a collection. So rather than linking to an individual file, we're going to link to the collection folder. So that will dynamically pull the correct item from this folder for you. So we're going to choose projects in this case. We're going to set the link, and we now have access to the requested projects data. So inside of the heading here, rather than hard coding project template, we can say twig syntax item.title, like so. We can do the same here. We can say item.type. Okay, if we preview this in the browser, go to our portfolio section, click on project 3, for example, you can see that's updated there. Go to project 2, and it's now pulling the data dynamically from each one of those items. So we could continue on and we can convert over all of the images and the text in here. But I'm going to leave that for this lesson because we did cover that in the articles section, whereby the post body is being pulled in here. So we covered that in the previous or the first video. We're not going to go any more in depth into that. You can see how we've hooked up a collection and linked to an individual item with dynamic data. What we are going to look at next is some important SEO data that needs to be updated. So right now, each project page has a hard-coded title of project template. So no matter which project I go to, we have project template. And that's the same for the articles. No matter which article I go to, the hard-coded browser title is article. So this isn't great for SEO. This isn't great for describing what's on this page. And I'm going to show you now how you can use the individual items data to update things like the browser title, descriptions, canonical URLs, and so on. So I'm going to do it for the articles, but the principle is the exact same for any collection and item that you set up. So it would be the same for the portfolio in our case. So on our pages, we're going to go to the individual article page. And what we're going to do is on the item for that for the article. So in this case here, you can see we're pulling data from the articles collection. We need to ensure that this item is being used for metadata. So this should only be enabled once per page, otherwise you will get conflicts. So in here you can see we have another item that is pulling the site info from the globals. You can see this is not being used for the metadata, and that's because the global site info is more for things like the site title and the banner image here, and those are just static CMS driven pieces of data across the entire site. We don't need to update the browser title or things like that with this item. We're going to use the item for the article. So once you've enabled the use of this item for metadata here, what we can then do is we have access to the item data for things like the browser title. So in here we can use the twig syntax. We can say item.title, And if we go back to the browser now, we refresh and we go to one of these articles, you can see the browser title is now being updated like so. And the other key thing to note here is that you can mix and match Twig syntax with hard-coded text. So we can put in things like the company name and blog. So when we go back here, refresh, you can see that that's hard-coded and the first part is dynamic. So we go to another article, we get the dynamic item title, and then we get the hard-coded North 11 blog in there. Okay, so that's not only available just in the browser title, you can add that in the keywords here. So the description, we could add the item.excerpt like so. That will give you a short excerpt of the body content. We also have item.canonical URL. I think it was like so. Social tags, again, you could add the item.title, or we could just copy this entire thing here. We could paste that into there. We could use the excerpt in here as well, like so. So this is how you kind of update dynamic things for the browser title and the keywords and so on. There's also in the CMS item component settings on Open Graph, you can set all of the Open Graph data in here as well. So again, this is Twig syntax. You can set the things like the type and so on. You can fill all of these out so they make sense to you. I've just noted that the item.canonical URL is lowercased, so we need to do that there as well. Okay, so let's preview that and we'll inspect this page, and you can see here in the head, let's make this slightly larger so we can see. And go up here, let's find the canonical URL here. You can see this is now filling out the full URL to this article, and we have all of the OG tags filled out as well, using the dynamic data coming from each one of our CMS items. So just very quickly to reiterate this, you can see here this is dynamic from the articles. Hopefully you're getting the idea here. We're dynamically injecting data into the metadata for the page. On the portfolio, we're still hard coding. You can see project template, no matter which portfolio project I go to. So again, if we wanted to make that dynamic, we go to the individual page template. So project template in this case, we select the item that is coming from the collection. So this item on the settings, we're pulling data from the projects collection, the projects folder, and we can tell the page that we want to use the item for metadata. That then means that we can go to things like the browser title, and we can say item.title. We can also use item.type, so you can use any data here, and we can hard code projects as well. So we've got a mix of dynamic data coming from the item alongside hard coded text. So if we preview one of the projects in the browser again, you'll see we get project 3, then the type, and then hard coded projects. So again, we go to portfolio, we go to project 1, residential building is the type, and projects is hard coded. So hopefully you can see there how you can mix and match, and you can set up or use the CMS item for metadata to help with SEO on the page. Okay, so that covers converting static content over to a CMS collection. The very last thing we're going to do before we wrap this up is just remove CMS from the globals site info here, because that's kind of getting on my nerves. Let's refresh that. You'll see it instantly gets updated. It's also updated in the footer. So that's all set up. That's great. We will continue building out this site in the next video.